They say that in the valley of Orizon, the sun doesn't just rise, it breathes. It blankets the world in a gold so thick you can almost taste the morning. Here, life moved like the slow, rhythmic turn of a water wheel, safe, predictable, and very, very quiet. But Aya was not like the others. While the village slept in its heavy blankets of tradition, she listened. She felt a strange pull in the air, a restless, wandering wind that didn't smell of mountain pine, but of salt spray and distant, unknown lands. Then, she saw them. Tiny blue embers, dancing through the gale like fallen stars. They weren't fire, and they weren't dust. They were invitations. Glowing seeds from a world that the village maps had simply forgotten to draw. To find the source, she had to enter the old wood, a place where the trees have memories and the moss pulses with the heartbeat of the earth. The elders called it a place of ghosts, but to Aya, it felt like waking up for the first time. At the edge of the deep brush, the path split. To the left, the warm, familiar smell of tea and home. To the right, the cold, sharp scent of the unknown. Aya didn't hesitate. She stepped into the shadow, her heart beating in time with the drums of the mountain. The climb was longer than she imagined. The village lights became mere pinpricks in the dark, and the higher she went, the more the air began to hum with a strange, electrical melody. She was alone, but for the first time in her life, she wasn't lonely. Fear finally found her at the great chasm. A bridge of rotted hemp and splintered wood stood between her and the peak. Below, the river roared like 1,000 hungry lions. One step, then another, as the world swayed precariously beneath her feet. And then, the storm stopped. The air didn't just move, it took shape. From the mist and the moonlight stepped the guardian, a spirit woven from the very breath of the sky. It did not speak with words, but with a silence that felt like a familiar hug. The spirit reached out, and in its palm sat a single seed. It glowed with the intensity of a dying star, yet felt as warm as a summer afternoon. In that moment, Aya understood. Her world wasn't just big, it was infinite. Aya descended the mountain as the first light of dawn kissed the rice paddies. She looked the same, and the village looked the same, but as she felt the warm weight of the seed in her pocket, she knew. The wind would never be just wind again. And she would never be just a girl from a quiet valley.